This could turn out to be the biggest hack in history. Home Depot now scrambling to reassure millions of its customers after hackers stole credit card data from shoppers all over the U.S. and Canada.
If you shopped at Home Depot anytime in the last 5 months, get in line with me because we are all at risk. Now, Home Depot is apologizing and promising to make things right.
Joining us right now, our chief business correspondent, Christine Romans, whose blood is boiling, along with cyber and privacy expert Mark Rash. I'm sure his is too. Christine, here's the deal. So you have confirmed with them that it indeed happened. The company won't necessarily say, yes, it was 60 million, but we know it was gigantic. And it is true that it's bigger than the target.
We know it's a big number, and we know that it was 2,200 of their stores in the U.S. and in Canada. And look, you know, John Berman, usually when you're talking about Home Depot, you're trying to decide if you should oversee the lawn right now or wait till next week when it's cooler. Now you're thinking about Home Depot. Not for that. You're thinking about Home Depot. Wait, how many times did I go? Do I need to go back and look at my credit card statement and my debit card activity to see if something happened after I did that? We know that this information is available on the dark web, and we know that it's being traded. So we also know this was completely avoidable, right? This is old technology, magnetic strip technology, pin and chip technology is what most, and Home Depot's moving toward that, but
move faster.
Yeah, Mark, along those lines, 5 months. 5 months this malware was inside the Home Depot system stealing our credit cards. That's what the reports say. How could this go on for 5 months without Home Depot or anyone else for that matter noticing?
Well, the funny thing is that Home Depot never noticed it. What happened was that these credit cards, like fenced items, were found on the dark web, and they did what's called a common point of purchase analysis. They found out, wait, all of these cards were used by people to buy at Home Depot. That must have been the hack. So the government told Home Depot that they were hacked rather than the other way around. Otherwise, it could have gone on another 5 months.
Jeez, that's seriously upsetting. Now I see why your blood's boiling. Talk more about this pin and chip technology. I know my family in Canada talks about the way they use the credit cards and debit cards have the pin and chip. Explain.
Right. So when you use your credit card, you just swipe the credit card. You swipe the credit card, then you have to enter a pin. So it's a different two-step process and a much more secure process. It's not unhackable. There's nothing that's really unhackable.
But there's another layer.
But there's another layer here. And, you know, Home Depot was moving in that. And the guidelines are for retailers to be there by October 2015. Home Depot was moving more quickly than that. But the point is you've got these bad guys who are sitting there knocking on the door.
They're way more nimble
and they're finding
retailers.
doors that are open, and they're going in, and that it could last this long is what is so troubling. I also think it's a little insulting. Every month there's been a big retailer this year. I think it's a little insulting to say, here, we're going to give you credit monitoring now. Yeah. Well, no, can you please just spend the money on the front end and make sure that I don't get hacked?
So what can Home Depot do, Mark, or Target, or these other big box companies, or any store that we might go to? It seems like this is a warning sign.
Well, right now, all of our security is based upon this little magnetic stripe on the back of the card, which has all the data on the front of the card, your card number, your name, and all of that. What's worse is this hack also exposed people's names, their phone numbers, their email accounts, information that's not on the credit card. And the reason that's significant is because now what's happening is the key that they really want for the debit cards is not just the card number, but the PIN number. So what the hackers are now doing is they're calling the bank and saying, hi, I'm whatever the bank customer's name is. Give them the name, give them the phone number, give them the email address, and say, I'd like to reset my PIN. By resetting the PIN, now they have the debit card and the PIN number, they've got cash. And we've seen a massive increase in people resetting PINs and taking money out.
You're going to not reseed the garden now because you're going to be busy trying to figure out if you were among those that were compromised.
I can just grow my own seed and compost and things like that, because going to the store is too dangerous. Mark Rash.
This technology is 15 years old, or 20 years old.
That's upsetting right there. We should be far ahead of the game in that regard. Mark Rash, Christine Romans, as you said, thank you very much.
Yeah, Jimmy, change your passwords, check your statements, do what you can now. 60 million of us in this boat.